You're mine, and we belong together. Yes, we belong together for eternity. You're Hey guys, it is Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Another curveball for you guys today, coming off of Machine Head's 10-ton hammer. We're going to back it up with a ballad by Ritchie Valens. Schizophrenic 365 here. So, is that what schizophrenia? Shouldn't joke about that stuff. Anyway, we're going to get into this whole thing. It's a beautiful song, regardless of how bad of a singer I am. It's a great melody and a pretty simple one. I heard this walking my dog the other night. So a neighbor was playing. I'm like, oh, that's a really nice song. I should probably haven't done that one, and I haven't. So we're going to do it today. Now, before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell, all that good stuff. All the YouTubers say. And truly, if you are really interested in getting better at guitar, to where you don't need a schmuck like me showing you how to play songs on YouTube, join my Guitar Academy. That is going to develop your musicianship, your ear, your technique, and you won't need me anymore. So I want to get you off of YouTube and just in your own head. And that's what my academy is for. It's got courses from people who are complete beginners to more advanced courses on technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone. I go live every weekend with Academy members just so they can ask me questions in real time, like a live stream. So please come join us to get a free 7-day trial. Click on that link below. All right, so let's get into the track. I'm in standard tuning here. I got my Faith acoustic here, and we are going to start here with this. This is kind of like the Ritchie Valens. Now, this is the Ritchie Valens. Most people know this from Ritchie Valens. It's a cover of he did. I forget the people who originally did it. I'm not a music historian. I did see it on Wikipedia yesterday, but it has evaporated from my brain. So you can look it up. But whoever wrote this song, but we know Ritchie Valens' version more, and the version that's in the movie La Bamba, which is about Ritchie Valens, obviously. But that was performed by Los Lobos, but it's very similar to Ritchie Valens. So there's a couple things I'll take from that version, like the ending, that little extended ending. This is pretty cool what they did in the movie. But for the most part, it's based on Ritchie Valens' version of the song. All right, so let's take a look at this verse here. It starts out with it's a basic 4-chord progression that is very kind of a common progression back there. It's kind of old rock and roll progression there. So I'm doing a lot of thumb chords, you'll probably notice here. That's not a requirement. You can use them you can play as normal bar chords if you don't like doing thumb chords. The thing for me is like when I'm kind of going through this thing and performing it and stuff, if I just do bar chords the whole song on this acoustic, it can get a little bit tiring. So it's more comfortable for me to just wrap my thumb around and play them like that. But We can play them either way. So first we're going to start with this F major bar chord. So the song's in F major, and it has a bridge that's in B flat. We're going to start here with this F major bar, so it's a full bar at the first fret, and then second fret there on the G, third fret on the D, and third fret on the A. So this rhythm kind of changes up. The first time you hear the verse, it's just a very straight, just all downstrokes. Just a couple, because some accents in there that's kind of propels it along. That's for the first verse, and then they mix it up a little bit starting from the second verse, and then they go back to that same rhythm I just played again for the bridge. So it's basically going to be two ways of strumming it throughout the song. So we have that first chord, F. Like I said, you can also play it like I was doing, which is the kind of thumb version. So all these are same. I'm just borrowing the top two strings here. Everything else is the same, and I'm just grabbing that bottom note with my thumb. All right, so we have that. From there, we're going to go to a D minor chord. So we have a guide tone here. A guide tone is basically a note that you're already holding, so it can help you grab the next chord. It's just don't let go of that, and then you're gonna plop two fingers down beside it, and you've got a D minor. So you're gonna play the first fret there on the high E, and then either your ring finger or your pinky. I prefer the pinky here at the third fret on the B, and then like so we still have that. We already have that second fret there on the G, an open D string. All right, so that's the sixth chord in the key of F major. Then we're going to go to the 2 chord, which is that G minor. So that's just a full bar at the third fret. And then in front of that, you'll have the 5th fret on the A and the 5th fret on the D. Now, once again, you can do that with the thumb, like I was doing with just borrowing the top 3 strings. And then just playing the thumb with playing the third fret there on the low E with your thumb. And then we're going to go to a C major chord. Now, the way most people want to play this is like that, which is just the third fret there on the the A string, and then you're going to borrow the 5th fret across the D, G, and B. You'll notice I usually borrow my pinky. You don't have to do that. That's just me. I know most people would run from that. So basically what we have here is a 1, 6, 2, 5. Very common progression back then. And that same rhythm with it. All right, so it just kind of does that. That's the whole first verse. It just keeps repeating that progression for the second verse. But when we get to the second verse, the rhythm changes. So especially as there's a little transition, it plays the progression throughout the between the 2 verses, the same progression, and it starts playing that new strumming pattern over that. So as I So that's just down, down, up, down, 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 down. So the kind of the second half is kind of those are all accent hits. So it's like down, down, up, down, and then down, down, down. So, and then on the D minor, on the G minor, and then the C. So now at the end of the second verse, we have a new chord that comes in. It's a B flat major chord, and I'll show you where it comes in because at the very end. So it looks like the second verse looks like this. You're mine, your lips belong to me. Yes, they right, so there's that little transition there at the very end. Instead of repeating the same 4 chords, we're going to start the same. We're going to, with the F, and then what it does is it goes to a B flat major chord. So it's just like that C we did. Remember, you can play the C like this, make it easy, but at the first fret instead of the third. So, for eternity, F, B flat, back to the F. And then right here, it's going to go to our first dominant 7th chord. Because this dominant 7th chord, they're going to make this F major into an F dominant 7. So in the voicing they do, it's a little bit harder. You don't have to play this full voicing, but what you would do to get it is pick up the pinky there that you're playing on the D string and move it over to the 4th fret on the B. Not that easy to play, but very popular, voicing for this chord back in the day. See a lot in this 50s and 60s. Now you can cheat it and just pick up that note, and that's an F7 too, just not as cool of a sounding voicing up. So anyway, that's the F7, and it sets us up. A dominant 7 chord generally is used to propel us to a new key. So this F is the 5 chord. F7 is the 5 chord of B flat major. So that's what the key it's going to go to. It's going to go up here to a B flat major chord at the 6th fret there. And then we're going to have this. So I'll lead into the bridge. I'll play for the bridge for you real quick. You're my baby, and you'll always be. I swear by everything I own, you'll always be mine. You're mine. Back to the verse. Or I guess that could be the chorus too. Anyway, so this bridge here is in B flat. So you move up here to this major chord. Once again, you can play it as a full bar at the 6th fret, the same as we were playing this F, but here at the 6th, or you can play the thumb version of it. And another popular move used back then a lot is kind of modal borrowing. So what we're going to do here is we're going the 1 chord, the major, B major, and then we're going to turn it into a B minor chord. So we're borrowing the 1 chord from B minor. So it's B flat minor. So B flat major to B flat minor. So you're just going to pick up that middle finger, a note on the G string, to make it a minor chord. And then we're going to go to the 5 chord for the key, which is back here at F, just that F major chord. So we're going to strum it as the F, and then turn it into an F dominant 7 chord. That's more what Los Lobos does. That F7's not there on the original recording, but it sounds cool to kind of hold it as an F and then go into the F7 to bring it back up to that B flat to start that progression over again. Up here at the B flat major again, sorry. Back to that minor. So I just borrowed the chord. It didn't really leave the key, it's just a temporary thing. And then we have some chromatic harmony. Now, I know I'm throwing some big stuff at you, but we have what's called secondary dominance in here. So we're wanting to get back to F for that chorus or verse, whatever, back to the original key of F. So now we start transitioning back, and how you're generally going to want to get there is from a C7 chord, which is a C dominant 7 chord, which is the 5th chord of F major. And you play that C7, and that'll take you naturally back to F. But before they play that C7, they're going to do a G7. So you're going to come back here, this chord form that we played here at the F, this F7, but played at the 3rd fret. So it's going to be a little bit more comfortable. Once again, you can choose the one with the pinky on the B string or not. But that's when you're always. So that's a G7 chord. So once again, a dominant 7 chord, generally, it's not the only way dominant 7 chords resolve, but they generally want to resolve back to the 1 chord of a key. So it's how you kind of establish a key, a tonal center. So this G chord, G7, would be the 5 chord of the key of C. So it feels really good to go to a C chord, but instead of going to it, resolving straight to a C chord, this is a secondary dominant. So this is a 5 of 5, they would call it. So it is the dominant chord of the dominant chord of the key we want to go to. You can kind of call it that. But it gets us there smoothly because it wants to resolve to that C. So from that G7, we're going to go to a C chord because it wants to resolve to a C chord, but instead of a C major chord, we're going to resolve it to a C dominant 7 chord. So that is going to be the 5 chord of the key we're actually going to. So this is just a bar here at the 3rd fret from the high E string across to the A. And then in front of that, you'll play the 5th fret on the D and then the 5th fret on the B. So you have this note right here, this 3rd fret there that's being played on the G string in the bar. That's what makes it a dominant 7 chord, that right there. So it's a flat 7, so the minor 7. So we have that. That leads us back to, see how that naturally just wants to resolve back to that F? So it kind of transitions. That's how you change keys. So that's the most common way of changing keys, is using the dominant 7 chord of the new key you want to go to. Just throw it in there and then boom, resolve it to the new key. But then we had a little route he took on the way back. So we play the secondary dominant. So all together for that bridge looks like this. So here at the end here, so obviously I went back to the chorus verse thing. It's played a little bit differently. So this is the way that Los Lobos did it in La Bamba. So it's on that last G minor, just hold it. That's what a for each to that C. So same progression, just kind of the last 2 chords, just kind of let them ring. And then they did this little extended ending, which is not on the original recording either, which is this. So it's just basically going from that F to the B flat major that we did earlier, and then back to the F. Now there's a bass line that's done on guitar too, and it's a gone throughout the whole song really, but I'm obviously not doing that. To actually do the bass line on the original recording too, it needs like a drop D guitar to do it, but we don't need that. We're just gonna play the chords anyway. So this is kind of like a singer-songwriter version of it. But anyway, that's about it. It's a very simple song. It's not even 2 minutes long, but it's a really great melody, classic ballad, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe got something from that little music theory tutorial I had in the middle of it. All right, I'll see you guys again soon for guitarlessons365.com.